That afternoon, sunlight fell gently across the front porch, golden enough to slow a person's heart. A soft breeze carried the scent of dry straw and distant kitchen smoke. I sat down on the old wooden chair, the chair where, for a very long time, no one had sat across from me anymore. In the past, that place was never empty. My grandmother used to sit there every afternoon. She didn't say much, just slowly fanned herself, her eyes resting on the dirt road in front of the house, where children ran back and forth, where dogs barked whenever strangers passed by. Back then, I was still small. I often sat at her feet, playing with little stones, occasionally looking up to ask foolish questions. She would smile, a gentle, unhurried smile, and softly stroke my head, as if time itself had slowed down for us. Then I grew up. I left the village for the city. Phone calls became less frequent. Visits home grew shorter. Each time I returned, she was still there on the porch, but her back was more bent, her hands more unsteady, her gaze lingering on me a little longer. She never blamed me. She only asked simple questions. Are you tired? Are you eating well? Is there anyone there who truly cares for you? I always answered lightly, believing I still had plenty of time. Until one day, I came home, and the chair on the porch was empty. No grandmother. No gentle sound of a hand fan. Only the wind passing through, colder than before. My mother stood beside me and said quietly, "She's gone." I stood there for a long time, then sat down in her place. The chair creaked softly, as if it recognized that the one sitting there was no longer her. That afternoon, I cried, for missed calls, for hurried visits, for all the careless answers I once gave. I remembered her old words. The sky isn't sad. You're just growing up, so you're starting to feel sadness. Growing up, I realized, wasn't about going farther or knowing more, but about understanding too late who had been waiting for you all along. That night, I opened her old wooden cabinet. Inside were a worn handkerchief, a few medicine bottles, and a letter. The envelope read, in trembling handwriting, "For my grandchild. When you have time." I opened it slowly. She wrote that she knew I was busy, that she understood I had my own life. She said she only wished that whenever I felt tired, I would remember there was always someone waiting for me back home. If one day I am no longer sitting there, she wrote, don't be sad for too long. Just live kindly, live happily. That alone is enough to make me at peace. Tears fell onto the paper, blurring the words. The next afternoon, I sat on the porch again. The chair across from me was still empty, yet I no longer felt alone. In the sound of the wind, I imagined her gentle presence. Some people never truly leave, they simply remain, quietly, inside us.